Listen carefully, because what I'm about to share may explain everything you are feeling right now. That pressure, that delay, that strange season where nothing makes sense. It is not random, it is not punishment, it is not the end. It may be the clearest sign that God is about to bless you. Before every divine breakthrough, there are signs. Before every miracle, there is preparation. And before God releases His blessing, He always sends signals. Today, I want to open your eyes, because if you miss these signs, you may misinterpret the season you are in. Stay with me. This message may change how you see your life forever. You see, many people think blessings come quietly, but the truth is, blessings are often announced by pressure. David Yonggi Cho taught something very powerful. Before God changes your situation, He changes your inner world. And that change, it is not comfortable. You may be praying, believing, trusting God, yet instead of peace, you feel tension. Instead of clarity, you feel confusion. Instead of answers, you feel silence, and you start asking, God, where are you? Did I do something wrong? Why is it getting harder when I'm trying to do right? Let me tell you something very important. When God is about to bless you, the enemy panics. When God is about to elevate you, resistance increases. When God is about to open a new door, the old door starts shaking. This message is not for everyone. It is for the one who feels like something is coming but doesn't know what. So take a breath, open your heart, and let's walk through 7 powerful signs that God is about to bless you. Main teaching reflection. Not normal pressure, not everyday stress. I'm talking about spiritual pressure. You wake up tired, you feel stretched emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and you wonder, why now? Listen. Pressure is not meant to crush you. Pressure is meant to prepare you. Just like grapes must be pressed to produce wine, just like olives must be crushed to release oil, you are being pressed because something valuable is inside you. David Yonggi Cho often said, faith is formed in pressure, not comfort. This pressure is shaping your faith, strengthening your spirit, aligning your character with your calling. Don't run from it. Don't curse it. This pressure is a sign this one hurts. And that's why many people misunderstand it. Suddenly relationships change. People you trusted leave. Conversations feel cold. Connections break and you feel rejected. But hear this clearly. God removes people before He releases promotion. Not everyone can go where God is taking you. Not everyone can handle the level He is preparing you for. Some people were only meant for a season. Some were only meant to teach you a lesson. Some were only meant to walk with you, not finish with you. Cho taught that God protects your future by filtering your circle. This is not loss. This is alignment. Let them go. God is making room for what's next. Have you noticed this? A deeper urge to pray, to sit quietly, to seek God, not for things, but for presence. Even when your body is tired, your spirit is hungry. This is not accidental. Before every major move of God in the Bible, there was intense prayer. Before Joseph's promotion, prison prayer. Before Esther's breakthrough, fasting and prayer. Before Jesus' ministry, wilderness prayer. When God is about to bless you, He pulls you closer, because blessings require spiritual maturity. Don't ignore that pull, that whisper, that quiet calling. It is preparation. Things you once enjoyed feel empty now. Old distractions don't excite you. Old patterns feel heavy and you don't know why. This is a holy dissatisfaction. God is upgrading your appetite. You can't carry new wine in old wineskins. You can't walk into a new season with old behaviors. This discomfort is not punishment. It is purification. God is gently saying, you don't need that anymore. You have outgrown this. Let it go. Your blessing requires space. Doors don't open yet. Answers don't come yet. Promises feel slow and you're tempted to quit. But remember this, delay is not denial. Delay is development. God works in seasons, not seconds. Cho believes strongly in God's timing. He said, blessings released too early can destroy you. God is not late. He is precise. What feels like waiting is actually training. Hold on. You are closer than you think. Little challenges, quiet temptations, private decisions. No one is watching except God. And these tests feel unnecessary. But they are everything, because promotion is hidden in obedience. If you are faithful in small things, God can trust you with big things. These tests are not random. They are confirmation. God is checking your heart before He blesses your hands. Stay faithful. This is the biggest sign of all. Nothing has changed yet. But inside you there is peace, a quiet confidence, a calm assurance. You can't explain it. You just know God is in control. This peace is supernatural. It is the seal of God's promise. When peace arrives before the blessing is already on the way. Let me remind you, you are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. God does not tease His children. He does not give false hope. What He promised, He will fulfill. Every tear you cried, every prayer you whispered, every moment you waited, God saw it all, and He is faithful. Stay humble, stay faithful, stay prayerful. Your season is changing. Take a moment right now. Close your eyes if you can. Breathe. Say quietly in your heart, God, I trust you. You don't need to rush. You don't need to force doors. You don't need to fear the process. God is working, even when you can't see it. If this message spoke to your spirit, type I receive it in the comments. Share this with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribe to Cho Motivation for more messages that strengthen your faith. Remember, when God is about to bless you, He always leaves signs. And now you can see them. Stay blessed. You may not realize it yet, but the very pressure you feel in your life right now is not random. It is not punishment. It is not a sign that God has abandoned you or that something is wrong with your faith. On the contrary, what you are experiencing is a divine sign, a spiritual signal that something extraordinary is about to unfold in your life. When God is about to bless you, He often begins with pressure. It is the way He shapes your faith, strengthens your spirit, and prepares you for the blessing that is coming. Think about it for a moment. In nature, nothing valuable is created without pressure. Diamonds are formed deep within the earth under immense heat and force. Grapes must be crushed to produce wine, and olives must be pressed to release their oil. The process is uncomfortable, even painful, yet it produces something precious and life-changing. Your life is no different. The pressure, the challenges, the burdens you are carrying, they are preparing something valuable within you. God is pressing you, not to break you, but to bring out the best in you. It is important to understand the difference between ordinary stress and divine pressure. Ordinary stress weighs you down, leaving you frustrated and hopeless. Divine pressure, however, has a purpose. It stretches you, pushes you beyond your comfort zone, and forces you to rely on God in ways you never have before. When you feel stretched beyond what seems humanly possible, it is often because God is trying to expand your capacity. He is preparing you to carry more responsibility, greater wisdom, and deeper spiritual insight. The pressure is a sign that He is shaping your character and aligning you with His plan. During times of pressure, it is easy to become discouraged. You may ask yourself, why is this happening to me? Haven't I prayed enough? Haven't I done enough? The enemy loves to whisper doubts into your mind during these moments. He wants you to believe that the struggle is punishment, failure, or abandonment. But the truth is the opposite. Pressure often comes just before a breakthrough. It is God's way of preparing you to receive a blessing that is too great to handle without first being refined. Think of the great examples in the Bible. Joseph spent years in prison, facing injustice and hardship, yet every moment of that pressure was preparing him to become the savior of a nation. David faced countless trials before he was crowned king, each challenge shaping his leadership, faith, and character. Even Jesus Himself faced the wilderness, temptation, and solitude before beginning His ministry. Pressure is the precursor to purpose. It is the divine workshop where God molds His chosen vessels. During these times, your perspective must shift. Instead of resisting pressure, you need to embrace it as a sign of growth. Instead of questioning your worth or your path, recognize that God is doing a deeper work in you. The discomfort you feel is temporary, but the transformation it brings is eternal. Every test, every challenge, every moment of strain is creating a stronger, wiser, and more faithful version of you. It is also crucial to understand that pressure produces faith. Faith is not formed in comfort. Faith is formed when your back is against a wall, when you have nowhere else to turn, and when God becomes your only refuge. The pressure you are under is a training ground for faith, teaching you to rely on Him fully. It strengthens your prayer life, deepens your trust, and expands your understanding of His power. So when you feel overwhelmed, stressed, or burdened, remember this: God is not punishing you. He is preparing you. He is pressing you to reveal the blessing that is hidden within your life. The very challenges you are facing are shaping you for a greater purpose, positioning you to receive a divine breakthrough. The next time pressure comes, do not shrink back. Stand firm, embrace it, and allow God to work through it. Because when God is about to bless you, pressure is often the unmistakable sign that your time has come. The struggle is not the enemy, it is the signal. The discomfort is not the end, it is the beginning. The pressure is not random, it is God's hand preparing you for something extraordinary. Faith grows in pressure, strength emerges in difficulty, and blessings follow those who endure. Right now, you are in the workshop. Right now, God is preparing you. And very soon, the blessing will arrive, stronger, greater, and more beautiful than you could have ever imagined. Sometimes life can feel lonely, even painful, when people you care about start drifting away. Friends stop calling, relationships become strained, colleagues or acquaintances you relied on suddenly pull back. You might even feel rejected or abandoned, and it is natural to ask yourself, why is this happening to me? Many interpret these changes as a loss, a punishment, or a sign that God is distant. But the truth is often far more profound. When God is about to bless you, He sometimes begins by removing people from your life. This may sound harsh at first. We naturally cling to relationships and familiar connections. It hurts to see someone who has been part of your journey step away. Yet this process is not random. God is strategic in how He orchestrates your life. Some people in your life are not meant to accompany you into the next season. They may have been important for your past growth, but they cannot carry the weight of your future blessings. Just like you outgrow old clothes, your life has outgrown certain relationships. Removing them is not a rejection, it is a necessary realignment. The Bible is filled with examples of this divine filtering. Abraham left his homeland, stepping in to the unknown, separating from his family to follow God's promise. Moses experienced isolation in the wilderness before he could lead a nation. Even Jesus experienced separation from familiar companions during critical moments of his ministry. In each story, distance or separation was not accidental, it was preparation. God removed what was comfortable, familiar, or incompatible with the next stage of purpose. It is important to understand the difference between abandonment and alignment. Abandonment is cruel and destructive, leaving emptiness without purpose. Alignment, however, is intentional. It clears the path for blessings, ensuring that your environment, your relationships, and your community are in harmony with God's plan. By removing certain people, God is creating space for the right individuals, those who will support, encourage, and walk with you in the season ahead. Many people make the mistake of clinging to relationships that are no longer healthy or helpful. They resist the changes, fight the separation, and try to force connections to remain, but resistance only delays growth. God's removal of people is not a punishment, it is protection. He is guarding your future. Some companions, if they remained, could distract, discourage, or even derail the blessings He has prepared for you. Their departure, though painful, is a sign that your life is being aligned with His purpose. This process also teaches a profound spiritual lesson: trust in God's timing and wisdom. You may not understand why someone is leaving, and that is okay. Understanding comes later, after the blessing manifests. The key is to recognize that God is working behind the scenes, orchestrating circumstances that you cannot fully see or control. Your faith is being strengthened as you learn to release your attachment to what is familiar and embrace the unknown path God is leading you on. Letting go requires courage. It requires surrender. And most of all, it requires faith. Faith to believe that God knows exactly who and what should be in your life. Faith to trust that the void left by departing people will be filled with something greater. Relationships, opportunities, and blessings perfectly aligned with His plan. Those who remain, those who are meant to stay, will enter your life at the right time. And those who leave are not a loss. They are a signal that God is preparing the stage for something extraordinary. In this season, it is crucial to guard your heart. Do not allow bitterness, resentment, or fear to take root. Instead, see each departure as a spiritual sign, a divine pruning, a necessary part of your preparation. Like a gardener trims a tree to promote growth, God trims your relationships to ensure that you bear more fruit in the future. So, when someone leaves your life unexpectedly, do not despair. Do not question your worth or your purpose. Instead, pause, reflect, and trust. God is clearing the path for your blessing. He is removing obstacles, including people who cannot accompany you into your destiny. What feels like emptiness today is actually space for abundance tomorrow. Every relationship that God allows to leave serves a higher purpose. Every separation is intentional, and every step of this journey brings you closer to the blessings He has carefully prepared. The pain of removal is temporary, but the alignment it creates will shape your life for years to come. In this truth, you can find peace, hope, and confidence, because God is not taking away. He is preparing you to receive more than you ever imagined. There comes a moment in your spiritual journey when prayer no longer feels like a routine, a habit, or even an option. It becomes a necessity, a deep inner calling that you cannot ignore. You feel an urge to seek God more intensely, even when your body is tired, even when your mind is distracted, even when life seems chaotic. You may notice yourself pausing in the middle of your day, feeling compelled to whisper words of faith, to pray for guidance, to seek His presence. This is not coincidence. When God is about to bless you, He calls you closer through prayer. Prayer is the bridge between what you have now and the blessing God has promised. It is not just a way to ask for things, it is a way to align your heart with His will. When you feel this strong pull toward prayer, it is a sign that God is preparing you internally before He acts externally. He wants to ensure that your heart, your mind, and your spirit are ready to receive the blessings He has in store. Just as a seed must be nurtured in the soil before it can grow into a tree, your spirit must be cultivated in prayer before God releases the fullness of His favor. Many people struggle in this season. They feel drained, they feel distracted, they may even doubt their ability to pray effectively, thinking, I don't even know what to say. But God is not concerned with the length of your prayer or the words you use. He is looking at your heart. He is seeing your sincerity, your persistence, and your willingness to seek Him above all else. This is the season when God begins to form a deeper intimacy with you, a closeness that cannot be achieved without intentional, heartfelt prayer. Throughout the Bible, we see that before every significant breakthrough, the people of God were drawn into prayer. Joseph, before his rise to power in Egypt, endured years of silence and suffering, yet he maintained his connection with God through prayer. Esther fasted and prayed before approaching the king, knowing that her courage and her timing were aligned with God's plan. Jesus Himself withdrew to solitary places, prayed through the night, and sought God's will before making major decisions. Prayer is not an optional exercise. It is the preparation for purpose. This deepening desire to pray often comes even when circumstances do not make sense. You may be facing delays, hardships, or confusion, yet there is an inner whisper pulling you closer to God. That whisper is His presence, calling you to a higher level of faith. He is preparing your heart to receive guidance, strength, and clarity. The more you answer that call, the more attuned you become to His voice, the more confident you grow in His promises, and the more aligned your life becomes with His plan. Do not underestimate the power of this season. Even if it feels repetitive or exhausting, each prayer you offer is a seed planted in the spiritual realm. Each moment of connection strengthens your faith and positions you for what God is about to do. The urge to pray, especially when it comes with resistance or fatigue, is not a burden. It is a blessing. It is a sign that God is elevating you spiritually in preparation for the breakthrough that is coming. Prayer also builds resilience. It teaches patience, deepens trust, and nurtures hope. When life feels uncertain, prayer becomes the anchor that holds you steady. When doors seem closed, prayer becomes the channel through which God guides you. When your heart is heavy, prayer becomes the source of peace that surpasses understanding. This is why God draws you closer in this way before a blessing arrives. He is ensuring that when the doors of favor open, you will step through with faith, gratitude, and readiness. So if you feel this unexplainable pull to pray more, to sit quietly, to seek God's presence, do not resist it. Embrace it. Let it shape you. Let it strengthen your spirit. Let it align your heart with His will. This calling is not a coincidence. It is a divine preparation. Every prayer, every moment of surrender, every silent conversation with God is equipping you to receive a blessing greater than anything you can imagine. Your urge to pray is a sign, a signal, a confirmation. God is at work in your life. He is drawing you closer. He is preparing you for a season of favor, breakthrough, and abundance. Answer the call. Speak from your heart. Stay persistent. Stay faithful. And when the blessing comes, you will be ready, fully aligned, and fully grateful for the gift God has prepared. There comes a season in life when the things that once brought you joy suddenly feel empty. The habits, routines, and distractions that once filled your time no longer satisfy your heart. You may notice that activities you once enjoyed no longer excite you. Conversations that once energized you feel shallow, and achievements that once seemed important now feel hollow. This is not a coincidence, and it is not a failure on your part. It is a spiritual signal, a sign that God is preparing you for something greater. When God is about to bless you, He often stirs a holy dissatisfaction within you, prompting a shift in your desires and priorities. This discomfort is not punishment, it is purification. God uses it to redirect your attention from the temporary, the shallow, and the fleeting to the eternal, the meaningful, and the life-changing. Just as a tree sheds its old leaves to make way for new growth, your spirit must let go of old patterns, attachments, and habits that no longer serve your higher purpose. The things you once clung to are being revealed for what they truly are, limited and insufficient. God is preparing your heart to hunger for the new season He is about to release. Old habits and familiar routines can be dangerous because they keep you trapped in your comfort zone. They may provide temporary pleasure, but they limit growth and hinder the manifestation of blessings. When God is about to elevate you, He creates a spiritual restlessness, a subtle but persistent sense that something is missing. You may find yourself questioning your choices, feeling drawn to prayer, or searching for meaning in places you never did before. This restlessness is not anxiety, it is divine guidance. It is God's way of upgrading your appetite for what is truly good, lasting, and life-giving. Consider the process of refinement. Precious metals must be melted and purified before they can be shaped into something valuable. Similarly, God allows dissatisfaction to refine your character. He exposes what is superficial, temporary, and unworthy of your attention. By feeling unsatisfied with what once satisfied you, your heart becomes malleable, ready to receive new joy, greater purpose, and deeper fulfillment. This process can feel uncomfortable, even painful, but it is essential for the arrival of your blessing. This holy dissatisfaction also prepares you to recognize and receive God's favor. When you are content with the ordinary, you may overlook the extraordinary. When you are satisfied with what is familiar, you may miss the new opportunities God has in store. By creating a longing for something better, God opens your eyes to the possibilities ahead. You begin to discern what is truly aligned with His plan and what is holding you back. The dissatisfaction acts like a spiritual compass, pointing you toward the path of blessing and away from the distractions of the past. It is important to respond to this season with faith, not frustration. Do not try to fill the emptiness with temporary solutions or escape into old habits. Instead, use the dissatisfaction as a signal to seek God more deeply, pray more earnestly, and listen more closely to His guidance. This is a time of preparation, a time to realign your desires with His will, and a time to cultivate a hunger for the blessings He is about to release. Many people resist this process because it is uncomfortable. They cling to what is known even when it no longer serves them because the unknown feels frightening, but God calls you to trust Him even in the discomfort. The moment you embrace this holy dissatisfaction, you open your heart to transformation. You make room for the new season, the new relationships, the new opportunities, and the new level of favor that God has been preparing for you. Remember, this is not a time to lament the past or grieve over what no longer satisfies. Instead, see it as a divine invitation to grow, to change, and to prepare for a future that surpasses your imagination. Your restlessness is a sign, a spiritual signal, a nudge from God telling you that something greater is on its way. When you respond to this season with faith and obedience, the old habits lose their hold, the empty routines fade, and your heart becomes fully aligned with God's plan. What once felt hollow will be replaced with joy that is deeper, satisfaction that is lasting, and fulfillment that comes directly from the hand of God. The blessing is near, and He is preparing you to receive it fully by creating within you a hunger for the extraordinary. There are moments in life when it feels as though nothing is moving forward. You have prayed, worked, and believed, yet the doors you expected to open remain closed. Opportunities seem delayed, answers seem far away, and progress feels painfully slow. It is easy in these moments to feel discouraged, to question your efforts, and to wonder if God has forgotten you. But the truth is far different. When God is about to bless you, everything may feel delayed, but it is not denied. What feels like waiting is actually a season of preparation. A time when God is perfecting your path and aligning circumstances for a breakthrough that is coming at exactly the right time. Delay can feel frustrating, but it has a purpose. God's timing is not measured by the calendar or by human impatience. His timing is precise, intentional, and perfect. He does not release blessings too early because they may overwhelm you. He does not grant favor too late because your faith would be tested unnecessarily. Delays are often the secret workings of God behind the scenes, arranging people, resources, and opportunities in ways that you cannot yet see or understand. While the timing seems slow from your perspective, God is orchestrating everything with precision, ensuring that when the blessing comes, it arrives fully formed and abundant. The Bible teaches us to trust God's timing even when it seems slow. Consider Abraham and Sarah, who waited decades for the promise of a child. Joseph spent years in prison before his rise to power in Egypt. David faced countless trials before being crowned king. Each of these examples shows us that delays are not denials. They are periods of preparation, testing, and refinement. God uses these seasons to strengthen faith, develop character, and teach patience, ensuring that you are ready to receive what He has promised. It is important to understand that delays are not a sign of failure or rejection. Many people give up too early because they misinterpret waiting as denial. They quit their prayers, abandon their efforts, and walk away from their purpose, not realizing that God is still at work. Delay is often a test of perseverance, a measure of how committed you are to trusting God despite appearances. Faith grows in the waiting. Hope is strengthened through patience, and resilience is developed through persistent trust. While you wait, your character is being molded for the blessing ahead. Delays allow God to cultivate qualities in you that are essential for handling your breakthrough. Humility, patience, wisdom, and discernment are often developed in seasons where immediate results are not visible. Without these qualities, the blessing may be squandered or misused. Just as a farmer waits for the harvest after planting the seed, you must trust the process and allow God to perfect the timing of your life. It is also crucial to recognize that during delays, God is often working in ways you cannot see. He is moving in the spiritual realm, arranging events, opening doors that are not yet visible, and preparing people who will be part of your journey. You may only see a small part of the picture, but God sees the whole. Your patience, obedience, and continued faith during these delays are essential. They demonstrate that you are ready for the responsibility and the favor that will accompany your breakthrough. Do not let frustration or doubt take root during this season. Instead, embrace the waiting as a sign that God is active, even when the progress is invisible. Pray without ceasing. Maintain your integrity and keep trusting His promises. Remember that God's plan is perfect and that He is not late. Every delay serves a purpose, every pause has meaning, and every waiting period is a divine setup for a blessing that is coming at the right time. Hold on, because the delay is temporary. The breakthrough is coming. The doors that seem closed today will open in their season. What feels like silence is actually a divine orchestration. The waiting is not a denial, it is development. And when the blessing arrives, it will be worth every moment of patience, every prayer you whispered, and every step you took in faith. Your faith in the delay positions you to receive your blessing fully, with gratitude, wisdom, and readiness. God's timing is perfect, and He is working even when it feels like nothing is happening. Trust the process. Remain faithful. Keep believing. What seems delayed is not denied. Your blessing is on its way, and it will come at the exact moment God intended. Life has a way of testing us in small, quiet ways, often when no one is watching. These moments can feel insignificant, almost trivial, yet they carry tremendous weight in shaping your future. God is watching closely, observing how you respond to little challenges, minor temptations, and private decisions. When He is about to bless you, He begins by testing you in small things. These tests are not random, and they are not meant to punish you. They are designed to prepare you, to strengthen your character, and to ensure that you are ready to handle the greater responsibilities and blessings He is about to release into your life. Many people underestimate the power of small moments. They think that significance only comes from big decisions, dramatic breakthroughs, or public achievements. But God operates differently. He knows that the foundation of lasting success and faithfulness is built in the small, everyday choices you make. How you respond to minor challenges, how you treat people when no one is watching, and how you stay faithful in mundane tasks. All of this is preparation for the larger blessings to come. Jesus Himself taught this principle when He said, "Whoever is faithful in little will also be faithful in much." Your consistency in small matters reveals your readiness for bigger responsibilities. These tests can come in many forms. It might be a small opportunity to do the right thing when it seems easier to take the wrong path. It might be a subtle temptation that challenges your integrity or patience. It could be a quiet moment where you must choose between complaining or trusting, giving up or persevering. These moments often feel inconvenient or unnecessary, but they are vital. God uses them to refine your heart, develop resilience, and strengthen your faith. The purpose of these small tests is also to reveal your character. Blessings often come with responsibility, influence, and trust. God needs to be certain that when He entrusts you with something greater, you will handle it faithfully. If you falter in small things, the larger opportunities may be compromised. But if you remain faithful in the small, you demonstrate maturity, discipline, and readiness. Every small act of obedience, patience, and integrity is a building block for the greater blessing He is preparing. Many people feel frustrated or discouraged during these seasons. They wonder why God allows seemingly insignificant challenges to persist. They may even think, "God, why am I being tested over small things while I'm waiting for the big breakthrough?" But these small tests are the very training ground for the breakthroughs you are seeking. God does not entrust greatness to someone who is untested. He does not release abundance to some unprepared. By being faithful in small matters, you are proving that your heart, your mind, and your spirit are ready to handle the weight of His favor. Faithfulness in small things also builds confidence. Each time you respond correctly to a minor challenge, you strengthen your trust in God and in yourself. You begin to understand that obedience is not conditional on circumstance. You learn that integrity matters even when no one is watching, that patience is powerful even in the quiet moments, and that God honors consistent faithfulness over flashy but inconsistent efforts. These lessons become the foundation of lasting success and divine blessing. It is important to recognize that God's testing is a sign of favor, not disfavor. When you experience these small challenges, it means you are on the verge of something greater. He is refining your heart and preparing you for the next level of blessing. The tests are not there to stop you. They are there to ensure that when the blessing comes, you are ready to receive it fully, responsibly, and with gratitude. So embrace the small tests in your life. Pay attention to the little choices, the private moments, and the subtle challenges. Approach them with prayer, faith, and intentionality. Know that each small act of obedience, patience, and faithfulness is positioning you for the greater things God has planned. These seemingly minor moments are not wasted. They are the training ground for your breakthrough. Remember, God is testing you in small things so that He can trust you with much. Your faithfulness today shapes your destiny tomorrow. Stay vigilant, stay obedient, stay faithful. Every test, no matter how small, is a sign that God is preparing you for a blessing greater than you can imagine. The work He is doing in the quiet moments will soon be revealed in the open, and your faithful response in small matters will prove that you are ready for His glory. As we reflect on these signs, it becomes clear that God's blessings are never random. Every challenge you face, every delay you endure, every small test you encounter, and every restless moment of dissatisfaction is a deliberate part of His plan to prepare you for something greater. He is not absent. He is not late. He is at work, carefully, intentionally, and with perfect timing. Your life is in His hands. And the pressures, the removals, the call to deeper prayer, the restlessness, the delays, and the tests are all signals that your breakthrough is near. These moments are not setbacks, they are setups. They are divine indicators that God is aligning your heart, your mind, and your spirit to receive what He has promised. It is natural to feel anxious or doubtful during these seasons. Yet, if you remain faithful, patient, and obedient, you will find that every challenge becomes a stepping stone. Every delay becomes a preparation, and every test becomes a confirmation of your readiness. God is not just giving blessings, He is shaping you into the person who can steward them wisely. So, take heart, trust His timing, embrace the process, watch for the signs He is placing along your path, and know that the moment of your blessing is drawing near. The pressures, the removals, the prayers, the restlessness, the delays, and the tests, they are all proof that God is moving, that He sees you, and that He is preparing something extraordinary for your life. Your faith, your patience, and your obedience will unlock the fullness of His favor. Stay steadfast. Keep believing, keep praying, keep walking in integrity. God's blessings are coming, and when they arrive, they will be more glorious, more abundant, and more transformative than you have ever imagined. Remember, the signs are there. The preparation is real, and the blessing is coming. Stay ready, stay faithful, and watch as God unfolds His miraculous plan in your life.